Hey everybody, my name is Shadowsense, and you're watching Sakura Spirit. It took a considerable amount of effort to convince the others that nothing unholy had been taking place. Oh yeah, Mio got drunk, and no. We fought Mio in the hot springs. Her clothes got ripped off. And then while Narumi was going to get her a change of clean clothes, Mio was like, maybe I won't be embarrassed to fight naked if a guy saw me. And Takehiro's like, okay, show me. And they're about to do it, but then Narumi walked in and ruined everything. Thanks to Narumi's testimony, coupled with Mio's apparent habit of freezing, they believed me. However, as I turned to leave, Narumi dragged me off to the side. It seemed like she wanted me to come see her later that evening in return for saving my hide. I couldn't really see a way for me to weasel me out of that, wow, that was a weird phrase. I couldn't really see a way for me to weasel me out of that, so I reluctantly agreed. That sentence is completely wrong, I'm telling you right now. That evening, I excused myself and made my way to Narumi's home, knocking lightly on the door. Hey, Narumi-chan, are you in there? Just a moment, the door's open, but don't come in yet. Curious, I found myself wondering what the girl had planned. Perhaps she was preparing a meal or something to surprise me with. Some sort of present? Or maybe she wanted to talk. Whatever the reason might have been, Narumi's voice once again sounded from within the house. Okay, you can come in now, Takehiro-kun. Feeling kind of excited, I opened the door and walked in, the door sliding shut behind me. The room was darker than I had remembered, then it occurred to me to hunt for a light. Foolishly, I began searching for a light switch, but I remembered that something like that was unlikely to exist here. I managed to locate a small lamp and a nearby box of matches, lighting it with ease. Turn around, Takehiro-kun. Whoa! She's covered in chocolate. Nice. I turned around and my eyes bulged. Standing before me was Narumi, only she seemed to be dripping. Yeah? In more ways than one, Takehiro. Taking in the view, I let out a shriek. For a moment, I expected to see the slime girl, but then I noticed the smell of chocolate in the air. Please tell me you're not possessed by some kind of chocolate spirit. I instinctively found my eyes drifting along Narumi's chocolate-coated figure, trying to find any sign that a spirit should be involved. When I found none, I felt myself growing increasingly nervous. Of course not, silly. Don't you like it? Don't you think it suits me, all sweet and delicious? Well, I mean, you're sweet and all, but not just because of the chocolate. What in the world happened? Thank you. Don't worry about the little details. Do you want to taste? Taste? Yeah, that's what I was told anyway. You put something tasty on your body and let someone else eat it. My voice cracked. Ooh, weird. Situation's got me off. That's how you get close to people in your world, right? I think it's called intimate. Hold on. Did someone tell you to do this? Because you do realize there's no way this weren't turned into I stuttered as Narumi stepped closer, her pose causing me to swallow, trying my best to resist the temptation. At this rate, getting a stomachache from eating all that chocolate would be the least of my worries. Yeah. What's wrong, Takehiro-kun? Don't you want to be friends? Or don't you like chocolate? I have some honey too if you'd prefer that. I love chocolate. I don't think honey would be any better. I don't get it. Oof, again. I don't get it. What's wrong? Is it because it's me? I bet if Mio or Chi-chan did something like this, you'd be eating right away now. The day Mio-san coats herself in chocolate is the day pigs fly. Haha. Yeah, she'd never do something like this. But I still don't get why you're not enjoying this. Did I do something wrong? Narumi-chan, you see, this is usually something people do when, you know. Oh, wow. Oh. So I guess I, messed up pretty big, didn't I? Oh, I'm gonna kick that Shrine Spirit's butt next time I see her. Ugh. Wait, Shrine Spirit? Did Suyuri put you up to this? Yeah, she told me this would help us bond or something. Well, I guess we shouldn't let all that chocolate go to waste. Narumi, I need to talk to you about what the hell is going on in here. Your vice captain is possessed by a chocolate spirit. Chocolate! Do I look like an idiot? This is because of earlier, isn't it? No, it's not, I promise. Someone just gave me a really bad advice. Really? Well then, allow me to give you some good advice. Go and get yourself cleaned up now, before anyone sees you like this. Honestly, you are the face of this village. You could have been called to defend it at any moment. Do you think yourself capable in a state like this? I think most people would. I'm not finished. Narumi, you are sleeping in my spare room tonight. Takahiro, clean up this mess. If you do not complete this task before morning, you will not get to sleep. And if you do not complete this task before breakfast, you will not be getting any breakfast. That's a bit unfair, isn't it? I sighed, the shouting and angry glares of the samurai girl making me feel a bit too intimidated to decline her demands. As she marched the dejected and still chocolate-coated girl out of the house, shielding her with an old robe, I took a look around. It was going to take me hours to get rid of all this chocolate. If Ichikawa ever finds out about this, he's going to give me hell. It had been a week since I came to this world. I spent my days helping out around the village and training with Mio and Narumi. I even tried my hand at repairing some of the damage done by Sakura. I still had no clue where I was, but I was enjoying the time spent here. Everything reminded me of things I had read about in the school history books, from the buildings to the people. I looked at the nearby girls and let out a sigh. The history books never said anything about fox girls or spirits. There were mentions of them in various religious texts, but they weren't real. So, you're sure this wedding sash will be able to get me back to my world? In the end, Maiko had been able to research the spell even further, having made huge progress over the past few days. Tsuyuri was able to provide some details. She believes that the spell will return something to where it belongs. I suppose it is worth a try. It will work! Let me find my Maiko voice. It will work! I know it will! I just need some time to prepare. Not sure if I should be grateful or worried. Still, I didn't think you'd be able to figure this out so fast, Maiko-chan. Yep, magic is super easy. Just a wave and a flash and it's done. Except the time it took you to prepare the ingredients. Do not underestimate the arcane arts, Maiko-chan. You have a gift. Make sure you treat it with the respect it deserves. A wave and a flash. I'm not gonna end up exploding into fireworks or something, right? Absolutely, probably not. I guarantee it. Don't worry, Takani, I won't do anything that'll hurt you, I hope. Unless you happen to be made of clay, glass, wood, or stone. These all seem to shatter when you try to cast a spell on them. Oni-sama, you didn't have to tell him that. Oh boy. Good thing the human body is mostly made up of water. Let's take a break. I'm feeling a bit distracted by the younger girl's excitement. I didn't notice as sweat had started forming on my forehead and sudden dizziness coming over me. Without a warning, I collapsed onto the ground, my breathing heavy and ragged. As my vision faded, the girls ran towards me, shouting my name in concern. I slowly regained consciousness, opening my eyes to take in the familiar surroundings of the room I had occupied during my stay within this unfamiliar world. I was surprised to find the two fox spirits in the room with me, seemingly in the middle of preparing something. Taka-kun, it's good to see you awake again. You were unconscious for quite some time. How are you feeling? Bit tired, but I'm okay. What happened? You sprung quite a high fever. I have prepared some food for you. It will be ready soon. Maiko-chan is preparing a spell that will hopefully improve your condition. I think you have a cold. You were so hot and sweaty I had to get you out of your clothes to wash them. My head still felt a little bit dizzy from the rest, but I was probably just exhausted from the constant training. Guess even a hero gets sick sometimes. Stop! He's just... ugh. I hate that. Self-grandeur. Ugh. It took me a moment to realize what Machiko had said. Raising the blanket, I found myself left in nothing but a pair of shorts. I instantly blushed. Why would you take my clothes? Being near naked in the presence of someone as pretty as Machiko, I kept the blanket close enough to be its second layer of skin. I'm almost ready, Oni-sama. Damn, that's a good picture. Actually, like, just look at the sparkly in the art. Not the sparkly, the cool like magical effect here. It looks really good. She hot too. Machiko suddenly slipped past me, startling me in the process as her hands gently grasped my shoulders, pulling me against her. None of our robes fit you. This is the best we could do. I need you to relax. Easier said than done. Who'd be able to relax with a girl hugging them? Fucking anybody! The lack of clothes only made me more nervous. Oh, forgot about that part. Still, anybody, really. Just lean back against me and watch. Maiko-chan is about to give you a demonstration of her powers. It would be rude not to pay attention, and I would hate to have to punish you for being rude. As those words were whispered in my ear like the temptations of a succubus, I kept my eyes on the younger sibling. The sight of the young fox spirit seemingly in the middle of preparing some sort of ritualistic spell caused me to momentarily forget about my embarrassment. Don't be alarmed if you feel any unusual sensations. Once the spell takes hold, it usually takes a few moments to flow through you. Feel free to grab a hold of me if you need to. Despite my attempt to protest, I decided that it was best not to worry too much about it. It wasn't like she was going to blow me up or anything. As though in a daze, I watched as small glowing orbs started to gather in the room, urged on by the soft whispers of the young fox spirit who had finally started her spell. Maybe I should accept Machiko's invitation before something blew up in my face. And ha! Dope. As I watched, the girl began to swirl her arms around. Tiny balls of light like fireflies began to appear in the vortex of her swirling hands spinning around her. The light had a warm feeling to it, but not hurtful to the eyes, but still more intense than a candle or a light bulb. Finally, she began to move her whole body, a dance of sorts that made the light flare even brighter. It makes me jealous seeing her like this. Not of her power, but her beauty. In this moment, she is the most beautiful creature in the world. Won't disagree with you there. Ah, but would you choose her over me? Which do you like better, maturity or youthful vigor? Or perhaps a stern tsundere is more your type. Or are you... I could tell she was just poking fun at me, despite my current state. I was about to offer a reply in return, but when I felt a tingle inside of me. It felt similar to the sensation of swallowing fizzy candy, but only throughout my entire body. Oh, this feels weird. And it's done, and he didn't even explode. Yay! Wait, what? Tell me, do you feel any better, Taka-kun? I feel a bit weird. Like my entire body is tingling. Really hope I won't explode. If you're going to explode, you would have done it by now. You'll be super fine in no time at all. Dinner. Almost as soon as she had finished her spell, Maiko clutched her head in her hands and fell to her knees. Words is hard when it's 2 in the morning and you're tired. Only the best content on this channel, I know. Machiko seemed as startled as myself by Maiko's sudden display of pain. As I tried to get back onto my feet, Machiko rushed to her side. Maiko, you need to show more restraint. Please, lie down. Taka-kun, can you keep an eye on her? I'm going to prepare something that will help her. Let me guess what happens next. Machiko goes away. Sexy moment with Maiko that almost turns sexual, but then she walks in the last second. Of course! Come, Maiko-chan, you should lie down over there. Finally regaining my footing, I made my way over to Maiko's side. After making sure her sister was left in good hands, Machiko left the room, leaving me alone with the groaning girl who had been struck by a nasty headache after casting her spell. Oh, holding back a burp. Oh, God. Ah, Oni-sama, Takani. Don't worry, Maiko-chan. I'm sure your sister will be back soon. Try to relax a bit until then. Takani, do you like Oni-sama? Where did you get that question from? Oni-sama asked, but you never answered. I don't mind, you know, if you like Oni-sama over me. I'm sure I'd sure like it if you liked me, though. How do I explain this? I paused briefly, trying to think of a good way to respond. When I finally decided to play it safe, I raised a hand and gently patted the girl's head, offering a warm smile. I like you both. Just like I like Narumi-chan and Mio-san. You're all friends I've managed to make in this new world. No, silly, of course you like all of us.
Who do you know, like? Oni-sama was asking about your type, and I know what that means.
Oh, you mean it like that. To be honest, I've been focusing so much on my judo, I haven't really thought about it. How about I make you and your sister a promise?
A promise?
Yeah, a promise. I'm not really ready to answer a question like that yet. Judo has always been it. It's why I need to get back to my world to win that match. It's been my dream since I was a kid, and real men don't give up on their dreams. But I'll promise you that after my match, I'll do anything I can to return to this world. This time as a man who will be able to answer your question. God, stop! It hurts, the writing. His writing is... Bleh. It hurts. So now I'll have a reason to come back here, because a real man always keeps his promise.
That makes me happy.
As we sat there for a while, I suddenly heard a strange shuffling sound. Maiko apparently heard it as well, squeaking as she toppled back onto her rear. Ah, see? This is what I was talking about.
I fell again. I guess I'm not better after all.
You probably shouldn't move around too much, Maiko-chan. You're probably tired after that thing you did just now.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Her tail twitched about eagerly behind her, hiking her skirt up high enough to be revealing. Are you now? You seem to be fidgeting a lot for some reason.
No, you're seeing things. I'm fine.
Amused by her behavior, I watched as she curled her hands and twitched her ears, using a voice that didn't sound quite like her. In the back of my head, I found myself thinking that she looked very much like a cat. Is it normal for a fox to act like a cat? I could have sworn you looked ready to pounce a mouse any second just now.
Yeah, magic makes me do weird things sometimes. One time, Oni-sama had to get a ladder because I had climbed a tree and was building a nest. Speaking of mice, I think Takani looks like one.
Wait, I'm totally a Tom, not a Jerry.
Huh? Silly Takani, talking about your world, trying to confuse me. I'm definitely going to pounce you.
My eyes quickly scanned the area around me, hoping to find something I could distract her with. At least long enough for Machiko to return. I spotted a long piece of thread off to one side and decided to grab it, dangling it in front of Maiko's face. Pounce this instead.
Yeah.
The girl began to swat and lash at the string, putting a bit of distance between the two of us. Happy that I had managed to prevent another embarrassing scene, I lied back. Only to be greeted by the ever-rising skirt of Maiko, reminding me of the exact reason the sisters had gone to the village in the first place. Wait, Maiko-chan, if you jump now, I'll see something that can't be unseen. Your skirt is about to... I waved a hand in her general direction, averting my eyes as I tried to hide the blush on my face.
What? Kya!
With a shriek that undoubtedly shook the mansion's very foundation, the girl slammed a hand down onto her skirt, hiding herself from me in hopes of saving her dignity.
Oh no, I'm not a maiden anymore. I can't wear white at my wedding.
That's not how it works. I swear I didn't see anything. You're totally still a maiden, but please tell your sister to get you to some underwear. If not for your own sake, then that for the entire male species.
Oni-sama, Takani says we need underwear.
As the girl called out, I felt another wave of dizziness wash over me. My vision began to swim and I felt myself shiver. If this was indeed a cold, then it seemed like I had drawn the short end of the straw. I let out a groan and lied back down again, clutching my own body. Oh my goodness. Maiko, your spell wore off faster than expected. Here, Taka-kun, eat some of this. It will make you feel better. I nibbled on the mixture Machiko spoon-fed me. It tasted bad, but it made me feel better.
What's wrong with him, Oni-sama?
Fear not, little one. It is nothing life-threatening, but he must have caught quite the bad case. We are fortunate we caught it early. Your spell did wonders, though. The cold could just happen... Wow. The cold just happened to be a lot worse than we thought. Do not worry.
If you say so.
He will be fine. His fever has gone down. But he is cold. We will need to warm him up somehow. I will go get some more food. Could you fetch some blankets?
Blankets? But I know something that'll warm him up a lot faster.
Oh, okay. So, we're going to leave the episode here. And that's... because I feel like this is a good scene to end on. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.